finally I can begin to reveal the Luna story. I have almost all of this on video. So you are going to get to see with your own eyes the unfoldings of this. However, the story begins many, many years ago. My oldest son, Case, was born in 2007, and I never wanted babies. I never wanted babies. I never wanted to have babies. Never really imagined myself as a mom. I always imagined that I would be traveling the world and being with people and, you know, that. And then I fell in love with a lady who I loved, always will love, and she wanted to have kids so much. And I knew that she wanted kids even more than I didn't want them. And so, long story short, I agreed to have them, thank God. Gee, mini Christmas. So, Case was born, and I fell in love with him, of course. How do you not? How do you not? Listen, y'all, if any of you out there are wondering if you should have kids or not have kids, go deep inside, follow this. Or follow love. Ultimately, I don't think there's any losing if you're following your gut or love. So Case was born. I decided that, you know what, this is pretty cool, you know? This is pretty amazing having a little human being who is clearly a lot like Mommy Cat. I chose the donor. I always say I chose the donor. And Mommy Cat let me do that, or agreed to let me do that, so that I could have that part of the cosmic puzzle. Of course, back then I wasn't so I was just not where I am today. Here's the thing. I decided, you know what, maybe it would be kind of cool to have kids, to have a baby, to have a little me. And I always felt like that was pretty egotistical. And at the same time, you know, I'm pretty awesome, right? We all are. I mean, it's human nature. It's animal instinct. We probably, many of us want to procreate. Because why would we do that? Anyway, I had a distinct feeling I couldn't have children. I told my doctor, listen, I have a feeling I can't have babies. My whole life I always had normal cycles, 28 days. You know, everything was normal. They did physical exams. I was fine. You're good, you're good, you're good. I was like, listen, I've got 2 shots in the world for my oldest son to have a bio sibling. And the only reason that's important is because 50% of his entire genetic makeup, he may never know. And I am not gonna burn these 2 shots left on me if I can't have babies. So I'm gonna need you to get in there and look around and confirm either what you think or what I think. And what I think is I can't have babies. I'll never forget the doctor looked at me and he said, you know, Cam, it's always the women who think they're gonna have problems and they're all stressed out and they're all worried about it who have no problems having babies. And it's always the women who just think they're gonna just get pregnant on the first try that have problems. And I'm like, okay, but you're not hearing this. I'm gonna need you to check it out. So amazingly, he went in there and did a diagnostic laparoscopic surgery. Can you believe that? I was dead serious. It's the donor thing, man. It's the donor thing. It's a wonderful gift. And also, it is a space that I have no idea what that's like. I mean, at least I can see all the crazy where I came from, you know, clear and present. It's no secret that I am related to a tribe of dolphins. So he did the surgery, and I was in the recovery room, and I heard his voice. I was just kind of waking up from the surgery. I heard his voice, and I said, "Can you?" I said to the nurse, "Is that Dr. so-and-so out there?" And she said, "Yeah." And I said, "Can you please send him in here?" And she goes, "You need to rest. You just need to rest him." And I said, "Please send him in here." So my tears right now are pure joy. Pure joy. It is not the devastating news that I'm crying. It is because if only I knew then what I know now, I might have saved myself a mountain of turmoil. And that is that this life is out of our control on most every level. And when we get these curveballs, we gotta just know that we don't know right now what it means, and it really sucks right now. But there is a reason, and it is coming down the road. We just gotta trust it and stay in the light. So he comes out and he says, "A+ kiddo, you can't have kids." Apparently, you know, I had some uterine issues. I'll leave it at that. And Mommy Cat was in there, and she just looked at me and said, "Don't worry, it's okay. I'll have your babies for you." That started the road to IVF. We did IVF twice. The first time, crash and burn. The second time, 11 perfect embryos. My eggs, my son's donor. Mommy Cat was gonna carry the babies, which is awesome. You straight folks don't have that option. Sorry. It really does seem like people should give and take on that, doesn't it? Anyway. So the second time it went awesome. It was amazing. It was the course of a 1.5 years of a time frame. And you know, we did it. On day 3, I had 11 perfect 8-cell non-fragmented embryos. For those of you in IVF land, you'll know what that means. It's pretty awesome. Best case scenario. Because of that, the doctors are like, "You guys, gals, let's push it out to day 5. Let's grow them to blasts, because then we'll see the great ones, the best ones will stand out. They'll still be thriving, and you'll have an awesome shot." Okay, cool. So, you know, not a care in the world. Day 5 rolls around, and we get a call from the the doctor's office, and the doctor says, we need you to come in. They didn't say much else. We went in. They sit us down. It's funny, I don't remember any faces or voices. I just remember being in the sterile bathroom at this medical facility, crying, alone. I didn't even want Kat to see the kind of pain that I will let these tears roll, because I know that surely at least some of you women out there know that feeling. When we have to accept that bio babies are not in our cards. And they told me not one of them made it to day 5. Our funds were gone. I had nothing left in me to go through that anymore. And you know, and thank God that I fought for those vials. Thank God that I trusted my gut through this process. And amazingly enough, I was able to acquire 2 more vials of our son's donor. And Kat got pregnant the old-fashioned way. Meaning no drugs and fertility, they just squirt it up there for those of you who are like, how does that even work? How do lesbians have babies? That's how. And we got pregnant with the twins, who are both 100% bio siblings to our son Case. So that's a pretty incredible story. This brings me to Luna,